Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is January 19th, 2025. And today we're going to discuss two topics. The first one is refereeing in Spain and what can be done about it. And the second thing is La Liga. Is it over for Barcelona or does the team still have a chance? We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and today we're going to start this video by discussing the refereeing in La Liga because, as you know, yesterday Barcelona drew against Getafe 1-1, and in the 80th minute, there was a clear penalty that should have been called on Jules Koundé. As you can see from this image, the Getafe's defender is hugging Koundé from behind with both arms and ends up taking him down. Now, not only did the referee not call a penalty kick, but he didn't even bother going to the VAR, and this was a clear penalty. It's a penalty any day of the week, especially because if you look at the ball, it's headed exactly to where Koundé is running to, and the fact that the Getafe defender takes him down prevents Koundé from getting that ball. Now, what happens after, we don't know. Koundé could have easily missed it. Maybe he could have scored, but it doesn't matter. The ball was going towards where Koundé was headed to, and Koundé was prevented from getting to where the ball would have landed because of the Getafe defender. So this is a clear penalty, clear as day. And what makes this even worse, that in December, Real Madrid played against Getafe, and we had a very similar play. Getafe defender holding Rudiger with one arm, where Koundé was held with two, from the side, where Koundé was held from the back, which is even worse. And this was called a penalty. This wasn't, but this was. Now, this obviously a clear problem because it tells me that the rules are not being applied equally. There's two different criteria on how to apply the rules. And this is a big problem because the same action can result in multiple different calls depending on the referee, depending on the day, depending on the team that's playing or being called against or in favor. And that, of course, is a problem. And it's a big problem for a league that's trying to be one of the best leagues in the world. And yet its refereeing is mediocre at best. Now, how can we solve this problem? I think we need to start having press conferences for referees, just the same way that coaches and players have press conferences after the match to discuss what happened, what went wrong, what went right, etc. We need that for referees. Referees need to face the press after a match. They need to explain their decisions. They need to be questioned by the public so they can better explain their decisions. And I think this is very important because there's only two options when it comes to a refereeing call. It's either correct or it's incorrect. If it's correct, but people think it wasn't, then the referee has an opportunity to explain to you, look, this is what the rules are. This is how it should have, how they should be applied. That's exactly how I applied it. Therefore, it's the correct decision. And in that case, that would calm people down because now you're like, okay, well, I'm the one who's wrong. I misunderstood the rule. I didn't understand how the rule was applied. And by the referee explaining it to me, boom, the controversy is over. So that would actually benefit the referees because now they don't have to, be talked about the press and the public because they're able to explain that their decision was indeed correct. Now, if this decision was incorrect, it's also beneficial for the referees because if you have different referees in different press conferences after different matches explaining the same rule or the same incident or a similar incident different ways, and they're explaining why they chose a certain call, like for example here you can have the referee from the Barcelona match explaining why he didn't think it's a penalty, while the referee from the Madrid match can explain why he did think it's a penalty. That could be a clear indication to La Liga that, hey, there's something wrong here. These referees are not applying the rule correctly. These referees are not understanding the rule correctly. And then La Liga can study that, go back and fix the problem, right? By either maybe the rule's not clear enough, so maybe we rewrite it, or maybe the rule is such a mess, we completely scrape it and start fresh and we implement a new rule in its place. Or maybe the rule is fine, but it's just the referees who are misunderstanding how to apply it. So then you can bring back the referees, hold a 1 day seminar, explain to them how they should be applying it. And that way there's an equal criteria across the board. So it's a win-win situation for La Liga, because either the referees are able to explain to you how they were right and you're the one who's wrong, or by explaining, if they're wrong, why they think they're right even though they're wrong, then that could clarify to La Liga where the problem lies, and that way La Liga can fix the problem. I think that should be a very first important step to fixing the refereeing, because again, if La Liga wants to be the best league in the world, they have to fix the refereeing, because this refereeing has been mediocre at best for decades. This is nothing new. That's been going on for a very, very long time. And if your refereeing is this mediocre, you simply cannot become the best league in the world. Just look at the Premier League. Whenever there's a controversial call, whenever a referee gets something wrong, their referee immediately gets suspended. There's an investigation to try to figure out what went wrong. They learn from it and then they improve upon it. And if we're not willing in La Liga to even admit that we're making mistakes, how are we going to learn from them? How we going to improve? So I think the press conference is the first step towards improving the refereeing in La Liga. But of course, I do want to hear from you guys. What do you think should La Liga do to improve these constant errors? Now, the second topic I want to talk about is La Liga itself, the La Liga title race. Is it over for Barcelona? Yes or no? And the reason why, because of course, today Real Madrid won their match, and therefore they are now 7 points ahead of Barcelona. Now, as you can see, Real Madrid are now in first place with 46 points. In second place is Atletico Madrid with 44 points. And then there is Barcelona with 39 points, 5 points behind Atletico de Madrid, and of course, 7 points behind Real Madrid, and tied with points with Athletic Club. So this is definitely concerning. And the question now is La Liga over? I've seen a lot of people talking about, that's it, the title's over. There's no way Barcelona can win. I do not share that opinion for two reasons. The number one reason is that there's still 18 matches left for in La Liga race. And I think 18 matches is a lot of matches where a lot of things can happen, where Barcelona can recover some of those points that they lost, where Real Madrid could drop points, where Atletico Madrid could drop points. And let's not forget, Barcelona still have to play both Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. So that's also a chance for Barcelona to cut the distance even more, because I don't think that any of those teams are better than Barcelona. And we've seen it from the matches that have already been played. Barcelona have thrashed, not won, not beat, thrashed Real Madrid twice, 0-4, and then 2-5. So I think we could win the remaining Clasico match. That would cut the distance to 4 points. And as far as Atletico Madrid, I think Barcelona, despite their loss, they won. They played way better, and I think we could beat them and then cut the distance to 2 points. And then if Barcelona continue to play strong, continue to accumulate points, and given that both Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid have been inconsistent, let's not forget that they both have been inconsistent. There's no reason for me to think that both of teams cannot drop even more points, besides the points that I think they could drop against Barcelona when Barcelona faces both teams. So I don't think La Liga title is lost yet, because again, 18 matches is a very long time where a lot of things can happen. And then the second reason why I don't think La Liga title is lost, because of this. If you click on the away matches, so this is only points from away matches, as you can see, Barcelona are sitting at top. They're the team who have collected the most away matches, and that's usually the hardest place to get points. Usually when you play away is when most teams struggle. That's when most teams drop points, because of course playing away is a disadvantage. Now Barcelona have played most of their away matches at the first half of the season, because Barcelona reached an agreement with La Liga to try to play as many away matches as possible in the first half, because Barcelona thought they will be back at the Camp Nou by the second half of the season. So they wanted, to play most of their away home matches in the second half of the season. That way they can get that revenue from playing at the Camp Nou. Of course, that's not going to happen. It looks like Barcelona are not going to return to the Camp Nou until next season. But the fact that Barcelona have already gotten most of their away matches out of the way, that means they have played their most difficult matches, and they have gotten the most difficult matches out of the way, and they have gotten the most points out of those away matches, which means the remaining matches are most of them at home, where Barcelona should be able to get the maximum amount of points possible, where other teams will have more away matches left, like Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Those are the matches where those teams could drop points. Now, you might say, well, Mo, actually, Barcelona have struggled at home matches. And that is true. If you click on home matches, Barcelona drops all the way to 10th. So it is true that Barcelona have struggled at home. They played 8 matches total, having won 5 and lost 3. But I don't think that's going to be repeated again. And the reason I say that is because we saw that when Barcelona were struggling, that's when they got to play all those home matches. So I really think that Barcelona are out of that hole. I think that hole came from overconfidence of players. They started out the season on a very, very high note, thrashing every team they were facing, and they came overconfident, not playing with full intensity against smaller teams. But I think the team has learned its lesson. So I don't think that dip in form is going to happen again. And that's evident in how Barcelona, played against Atletico Madrid, how Barcelona played against Real Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup, and even against Getafe, right? Barcelona did not play bad. We did not tie because we weren't playing with intensity like we did against Leganés or Las Palmas. Simply, it's because Getafe is Getafe, and it's very hard to beat them given their disgusting tactics. So I don't think we're going to go through that dip of form again at home. And given that most of our matches are left, our home matches, I think we have a big advantage over other teams. So this is why I don't think that La Liga race is over, because again, we have 18 matches left. Most of them are at home. And it's a big advantage over other teams who have more away matches left, more than Barcelona. And also because I think Barcelona could easily beat both Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid in the 2 remaining clashes that they have in La Liga. Now, I do want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you think La Liga race is over for Barcelona? Let me know down below. I will be uploading another video after this one, so don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.